In today's Modern Dayfarer Sling review, I'm gonna show you everything you need to know about the sling to decide if it's the bag for you. Pros, cons, packing it out. A beautiful, clean front panel. It's got style. It's gonna be a very high quality bag. Impressive capacity. But just be aware. And if you're not quite feeling it, you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of this video, because that's what these guys are for, right here. These are my alternative sling recommendations. We'll talk about them after we're done talking about this guy. Let's get into the review. Okay, let's talk about the gist of the Modern Dayfarer Sling. Modern Dayfarer is a carry brand that reigns from Germany. And just in the way that German cars are known for their impressive engineering, that's the way I feel about all Modern Dayfarer products. They make great freaking bags. It's so clean looking too. Some of the Sling's top features are a beautiful clean front panel, access to the main compartment via a fidlock magnet, which is always so satisfying to use. A quick-ish access front compartment, a spacious main compartment, a tech compartment protected with a PU-coated zipper, and a shoulder strap that's got some decent padding to it. The Modern Dayfarer Sling only comes in one color option. It has 8 liters capacity, which is definitely on the bigger side for a sling, because you get a lot of slings that are like this, like super small pocket relievers, right? Just meant to carry the things from here and put them in here. But this is like, I need bigger. I carry bulkier stuff. Camera, drone, tablet, water bottle. That's what this is intended to carry. For dimensions, we're looking at a height of around 9 inches, a width of around 13-ish inches, and a base depth of around 3 inches. Weighing the sling, it's clocking in at around 1.3 pounds on scale number 1 and 1.4 pounds on scale number 2. Because of the way it's structured, the bag maintains its shape whether it's empty or full. This is it when it's empty. This is it when it's worn on me, I'm 5'8", and this is the bag when it's worn on our media manager Margaret, who's 5'2". All Modern Dayfarer products are backed by their 1-year warranty. And for all that, this sling costs around $100 US. And if at any point during this review, you're like, dude, German engineering, fidlock buckles, only $100 USD, count me in. And you're gonna purchase one, we do ask that you do so using the first link in the description below. That link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes, but that link also helps support the Nomad Nation YouTube channel and team, so we can keep making the best bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. All right, let's talk about the outside of the Modern Dayfarer Sling. I'm sweating like a hooker in church right now, so I got a D hoodie. Much better. Starting with the front, I think one of the biggest selling points of this sling is just how freaking clean it is. Like, that is just a fresh front panel right there. It's got style. And that style is helped by the primary fabric, which is an 840D ballistic nylon. Ballistic nylon is like a miracle material when it comes to bags. It looks good, it's durable, it's extremely abrasion resistant, decently water resistant. And then below we have some sort of like ballistic nylon with a face. It's just like a weatherproof coating. But I like the way the two materials play off of each other. It's just a killer aesthetic. And it's Cordura as well. Let me tell you, they just make the best freaking fabrics. Anytime you see a bag that's made with Cordura, it's gonna be a very high quality bag. And one thing to note about the outside that's quite interesting is this flat bottom, because it allows you to do this, which is sort of a rarity in the sling world. This provides a lot of functionality. Like, let's say this is your work sling. You wanna pop it on your desk. You don't have to like lean it against anything. You're not worried about it falling over. It's just like, I'm here to grind. Let's get to it. Moving on to the back, not a lot going on. We have a top handle. The top handle is made with a very nice material, decent amount of padding, and there's a good amount of like capacity to put your hand in and to grip the sling itself. From there, let's talk about the shoulder strap. I'm glad that Modern Dayfarer has provided the shoulder strap. It's got a nice amount of padding, and reason being, like, for a smaller sling, you don't need a shoulder strap like this, but for a bigger sling, it's gonna be bulkier. You're gonna have heavier bits of gear in there, and this just makes it a more comfortable wearing experience. Due to the hardware system, you have the ability to adjust the sling, kind of fit it wherever you want. You can kind of go front mode, you can go back mode, messenger mode, kind of put the padding wherever you need it to be. Or you can say the shoulder strap, and you can take it off altogether, and then just kind of go in briefcase mode. One thing to note too about the shoulder straps is they're on this sort of swivel system. Let me show you here. You see this? That provides a greater range of motion for the sling itself, which just means like however you're wearing it, it'll fit to your body shape, wherever it is in your torso. It's not quite as smooth as I've seen done like on the Peak Design slings. A little more stiff, but it still felt very comfortable as I was wearing it. That's kind of it for the outside. Let's go ahead and talk about the inside of the Modern Dayfarer Sling. Let's start with this tech compartment, which is protected with a YKK PU-coated zipper. YKK make the best darn zippers in the world, and PU coating helps with weather protection, right? Because it's sort of a finish, sort of a laminate. Keeps the rain out, but just be aware that with these PU-coated zippers, they can peel over time. Nice little zipper puller, a little bit of grip there. And then you're in. Modern Dayfarer does something great here. They make this lining, which is like a rip stop, and rip stop's a great lining because it stops rips in case they happen. But they chose a nice light color, which is great because the tech compartment's a little tight. So if you had something else in there that isn't just like a tablet, it just kind of creates a highlight effect, which makes it easier to find your gear. So now let's take a look at what it can fit. So I don't think you're gonna get a computer in there. I'm gonna go ahead and say no. This is a 13-inch MacBook Pro, and that is not happening. Just missed the cut. So if you're looking for a sling that can hold a laptop, you're gonna wanna go to the alternative section because I'll give you one of my favorites. But for an iPad, let's check out the 13-inch iPad. Ooh, we got it's like a 12.9 inch, I think, and it's just barely fitting, which means that the 11-inch iPad should be good to go. So again, not a laptop sling, but a great tablet sling. You've got some nice padding on this part. No real false bottom. It goes right to the end. So if you put this sling down, you have to do so ever so gently as to not damage your iPad or tablet. But overall, nice execution. I think if you are someone who carries a tablet, this is a really nice tech compartment. Main compartment. Accessible via this Fidlock hardware. Fidlock to, talk about like the best, right? YKK zippers, the best. Cordura fabrics, the best. Fidlock magnets, the best. I actually think this bag is kind of a steal at the price point. And to get in, you just go ahead and slide this open right there. Now, while this hardware is very satisfying to use, sometimes it can kind of come undone itself, like especially if you're like walking around. Okay, maybe not if you're walking around, but like it's not the most secure hardware. Like think like an old school buckle that clicks into place. Like you gotta really like pop that out, but like something like this, it's just a little slide action. So it's good in some ways for access, bad possibly in some ways for theft deterrence. Let me know in the comments below, like, do you feel like something like this makes you more prone to theft? I don't really think it would, given the nature of this sling, but I'm also not a theft deterrent expert. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And then you're in. Now it should be noted too, like when it comes to access, there's no back pocket, there's no, to get into anything with this sling, excluding the tech compartment, you gotta undo that Fidlock. But then once you're in, like I said, we got the 2 pockets. Inside the front one, we have 2 mesh pockets for a little extra internal organization. And then in the main compartment, we have 2 sleeves on the back. Let's pack you out. For me, I think this is a really great going to work sling. It's got that professional vibe. So I got some going to work stuff, and we're gonna kind of mix and match and see what fits and what doesn't. First of all, a lot of slings can't carry water bottle holders, so my 24-ounce Columbia, in case you're wondering, fits with plenty of room to spare. So if you are looking for a sling that can manage a water bottle, right, you could even like put it on the side like that. You might even be able to put it in this little sleeve. Nah, not necessarily. I wouldn't say it's like designed to perfectly accommodate a water bottle, but it can definitely fit. So in the front, I'm gonna put things that I want quicker access to, AirPods, passport-sized notebook, and a pen. I'm also gonna throw my Magic Mouse that I can connect to my iPad, get some work done in a coffee shop, am I right? But I think this compartment can also fit bulkier things. I got my Evergoods Cap 0.5. You can put that in there, and you can see it's got actually some decent capacity. So it's not just like thinner, smaller things. Something bulkier has a chance to fit in this pocket as well. For the main compartment, I'm gonna throw my over-the-head headphones. This is a Sony XM-H5s or whatever's. Blue filter glasses in the sleeve there. And then I'm just gonna throw a bunch of stuff in the main compartment. I have a Bluetooth keyboard, book, travel adapter, laptop charging brick, and then I'll throw my tech pouch on top. And I'm gonna be honest, like for 6 liters, this thing's got some balls on it, man. It can fit a lot of stuff. And one great thing about the fastener with the Fidlock is that it can loosen, right? So if you are packing this thing the F out, it can accommodate it while still closing shut and still looking pretty fresh and clean. And then tying it all together, let's just talk about its comfort real fast. Now that it's fully decked out, I got a lot of tech stuff in there. The padding on the shoulder strap really helps. Swing it around, unbuckle, grab what I need. I think for me, probably like messenger mode or like back mode would work best. But yeah, overall, it's like a really comfortable wear. It's just, this sling has got it going on. And if you're watching this and you're totally like, dude, this sling is cool and like bags are cool and like I wanna learn more about bags. Well, from one bag nerd to another, salutations. But also, I gotta tell you that here at Nomads Nation, we just don't do bag reviews on YouTube, but we also have the Nomads Nation newsletter. And the newsletter is cool because it's different. It's more like the breaking news of what's happening in the carry world. I'm like your in-the-scenes detective who's finding out all the biggest drops and releases and collabs from the largest brands to the smallest brands and everything in between. So if you want to keep up to date with what's happening in the carry community, this world of awesome bag lovers, then you're gonna wanna check for this globe emoji in the description below. And that's where you can sign up to the Nomads Nation newsletter. I hope to see you in your inbox. Let's talk about the overall pros and the cons of the Modern Dayfarer Sling. Pro number 1 is its super clean look. Pro number 2 is super high quality materials. And pro number 3 is its impressive capacity. But on the flip side, no bag is perfect. And I'm gonna tell you what some of the cons are for the Modern Dayfarer Sling. Con number 1 is gonna be the lack of quick access. And con number 2 is it's just a little bit too small to be laptop friendly. And just a reminder, if you're weighing the pros and the cons and you're thinking to yourself, yeah, let's do it. That's my German accent. But anyways, if you're gonna pick one of these up, just a reminder, we do ask that you do so using the first link in the description below. Thank you very much. But you also might not be quite sure. You're like, hey Aaron, what about those alternative recommendations you teased earlier? Let's talk about them. Alternative recommendation number 1 is gonna be the Peak Design Sling. Great option for you if you're digging basically everything about the Modern Dayfarer Sling, but you're a photographer, A, or B, you want a bit more padding. In essence, there are very similar designs in terms of their functionality, but Peak Design just makes great gear that's very catered to photographers. And to learn more about this sling, check the description below and you'll find a link to our full review. Alternative recommendation number 2 is this guy right here, which is the Tomtoc Navigator T24 Sling. Great option for you if you're looking for a larger sling. This one comes in a 5 or 7 liter version, but you're on a bit more of a budget, as this one clocks in at like half the price of the Modern Dayfarer. It's not gonna have as great of materials, but you know, budget's a budget. And Tomtoc makes awesome budget gear. And to learn more about this sling, take a look at the description below to find a link to our full review. And my final recommendation is gonna be this guy right here, which is the AirTech Sling 3. This is the X-Pack version, very weather resistant, orange interior. There's also a Cordura version as well. But it's a great option for you if you really need a sling that can handle a laptop. As you can see, my 13-inch MacBook Pro, perfect fit, a little room to spare. It makes it bigger and a different user experience. And if you're just looking for something to hold your tablet, this is probably a better call. But if you do need that extra space for a laptop, then you're gonna wanna watch this review right here. If you got any questions about any slings or any bags in general, do let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.